All right. We're slowly gathering.
David.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Janice? Hold on. Hold on. All right. How you doing, Mr. Johnson?
I'm gonna try to get it working for you.
Hey, good,
How you
David.
doing, Miss Glover?
I'm great.
Good.
David talking.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2,
There we go.
3.
What's wrong with
It was on mute. We just have to.
All right. We're gathering slowly.
Hey, David, I got a question for
It
you.
wasn't on you.
Okay.
Hey, when would be a good time? I've got like a shopping bag of paperback books that my wife has read during this COVID time.
Okay.
Donate to the library. Is there a certain time when I can come by and drop those off?
If you just call me, we really aren't actually accepting stuff, but if you need to
Oh.
get them out of your house, I can make an exception for you. The thing is that what we're afraid of is that if we open that up and start accepting books again, then we have to quarantine all them, and I'm running out of spaces to quarantine the stuff, right? And so,
Okay, that's fine. I'll hold on to them. I just thought that, I'm just trying to take care of business around here.
right. Well, if you need,
But
yeah.
I can hold them here. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. That'd be probably the best, but if you can't, if you need the space for Thanksgiving or something, I mean, I'm serious now. The holidays take up space. If you have people coming or whatever, I can certainly put them. I can quarantine them in my office for 7 days and then put them back in the bookshop. That's not a problem. So. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. That was an easy question. You don't want to ask me a hard question or anything like that. That was it. Yeah.
No, that's the hardest one I could come up with tonight.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. All right. I think we're gathering our forces now. Hey, Mr. Rick. You doing all right? All right. We have. I hope Miss Passmore comes. She said she's coming. So.
I seen her come by.
Okay. She's working on it. Ah, there she is. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, hold on a second. What's up? I've got to go on the PC.
Hi, Miss Passmore.
Whew, almost late, wasn't I?
No, you still have some time, but you're all good to go. It's all set up and ready to go for you. So.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit here.
Okay.
How do we
Yeah,
turn it up a
I
little
tend to
bit?
have to do that lately myself. So
Well,
I think it's all the years of playing in orchestras. There's a certain band that I just seem to lose voices. I can hear like above it and I can hear below it, but that's sort of,
yeah.
I think all those years or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not that I'm
There we
getting
go.
old or anything. I don't want you to.
oh no,
think
oh no,
that,
oh
okay?
no,
Okay.
no. I wasn't accusing you of that.
Okay. Thank you very much. I wasn't saying that at all.
Okay.
You don't want to call it?
I won't be done until at least 7.
Thank you.
Okay.
And she was just so cute. I'll call you later. I gotta go in this meeting.
Are you guys all going to have subdued Thanksgivings? I take it, I guess, because not many people want to get together.
Oh,
Yeah,
isn't it awful that, that the safest thing is for us not to get together, isn't it?
yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Well, I'm gonna have my traditional Northeast stuffing at my house, so yeah, I feel sorry for you people that are stuck with the dressing. I mean, I hate that. It really pains me, but that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. So
So what is that, David?
stuffing is like you really put it inside the bird, let all those juices cook down for about 5 or 6 hours. You really can't beat that. Tell you
So,
what.
but what's the components of it? How's it different than dressing?
Oh, it's like dried bread and apple. This is my grandmother's recipe. Apple, onions, celery, a little bit of parsley. It's a pretty fairly plain. It's not like some people make sausage or they put shrimp or they put all kinds of stuff. I always kind of thought that those two things would, like turkey and sausage. I'm not sure if I like that combination or so I just keep it simple. It's
So
not
do
that
you
hard to make, but yeah.
use cornbread too, or just light bread?
No, just white bread. Yeah. Cornbread's too dry now. Ooh, no. Mr. Kurt, are you doing okay? Is that Mr. Kurt?
I think it's 5 o'clock. You want to ready for me to call the meeting to order?
We can. Is Miss Lily, are you there?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
okay.
I had to step away. Okay. Yes, I'm back. Hello,
Well, we
everyone.
have 6 people. I think I have to wait for one more person. Kurt was there, but he was maybe having some technical difficulties. So let's see if he comes back because we need to have 7 for a quorum. Is there nobody else from Poinsett County able to make it? I know that Angie just told me that Miss Orr cannot come. Her father is getting out of the hospital. I guess she has to go get him. But I thought she said that everybody else was able to come. So, so we have to give it a little while longer, just a little while longer. So. All right, there's Miss Marilyn Garr.
Yes.
Okay, Fran, I can hear you.
I think she's testing her camera.
Yeah, I think everything's good. Okay, there's Mr. Kurt again.
Yep, had a drop in connection for whatever reason.
Okay, all right. I think we have enough people to start the meeting if you want to now. Yeah.
I'm going to call the meeting to order. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes of the August meeting?
And
Yes.
this is for the Crowley Ridge now. You have 2 board booklets, but this is the Crowley Ridge meeting. Okay.
Yes, Crowley's Ridge.
Yeah.
Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Do I hear a second?
I second.
And please say your name, who was seconded for Sarah. So
Jeannie Glover seconds.
okay.
Marilyn is here.
Yeah, Marilyn, I see you, Miss Marilyn.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, all right.
So all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Minutes approved. David, you want to give us an update on the first quarter budget update?
Yeah, for Crowley Ridge, of course, everything's doing well. There's some things that we just haven't spent that much money because we haven't gone anywhere, like the auto, the 4 vehicles. We're not running the route. I think we're only going between the libraries maybe twice a week because they're all just doing curbside pickup and everything. And so we're doing pretty well with everything. We're pretty ahead of schedule and everything like that. So we're all okay. I don't know if you have any questions about the budget or not, but it's all looking good as far as we're concerned. So.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Do we have any old business that we need to talk about?
Well, unfortunately, I need you to approve the first quarter budget.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the first quarter budget?
Lily Zhang moves that we approve the budget.
Do I hear a second?
Kurt Hawkins seconds.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. David, do you have any old business that we need to talk about?
No, I don't have anything else for Crowley Ridge. Like I said, it's just moving along fine and everything's been okay. So. Yeah.
Any new business anybody needs to talk about?
No.
No.
Well, this may be the shortest meeting in history. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Lily Zhang moves that we adjourn the meeting.
Do I hear a second?
I second, Marilyn.
All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Meeting adjourned.
Okay, so for Miss Glover and Miss Robbins Guar, you can hang out you can hang on and if you want to listen, but we're going to go into a short Craighead County meeting. But I appreciate you. So the next time the Crowley Ridge will meet will be in February, the second Monday of February. So if I don't talk to either of you, I hope you have lovely holidays and stay safe. And if you want the recipe for the secret stuffing, just let me know and I'm happy to send it your way, okay? You will not die of botulism or anything like that. I'm living proof that everything's fine. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm just putting that out there for you. Okay.
And what time are you serving, David?
I haven't decided, but usually between 1 and 2, so yeah, please feel free to stop by. There'll be plenty left over. So.
So
Do
you
you
don't
curbside delivery?
Yeah, I'll do a curbside delivery. You just call me up, I'll run it out to you. You can go on your way. Yeah, no problem.
Great.
David, it might turn us into Yankees or something.
Yeah, it might. I don't know.
David, do you need the Poinsett County people anymore?
I do not. So I appreciate you coming in. I know it was short, but we didn't really have anything to cover that much. So.
Okay.
But just legally, we have to meet once a quarter. So I just wanted to. Okay.
I'm going to call the Craighead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I can go back home now.
You can go back home. It took you longer to drive there and then to have the meeting. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, y'all.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to call the Craighead County Public Library Board to order. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes of the October meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
Kurt Hawkins, so moves.
Do I hear a second?
Jean Passmore, second.
All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay.
It's still loud because to hear everybody.
The motion approves. David, do you want to review the budget update?
I think this is the third quarter budget update. Again, there are some areas where we're a little behind, but for the most part, we're okay, and we're moving along. We're trying to catch up a little bit with ordering materials because we got behind for about 2 months. Not only could we not order them, but also the places where we get them from had closed down for a bit. But with the new system, what's nice is that we are able to order pretty much all the way straight through. So the old system, we had to stop in the middle of November because of the way that system was built. You couldn't close out the books until literally you ordered the thing, you paid for it, it came in, and then you cleared it off of the books before they would let you close it out. But the nice thing about the new system is that we can just keep ordering all the way through, and we'll close the books whenever we want to. And if we close it at a certain point, then they'll put it on to the next year's budget. So So anyway, so I think we'll be able to get closer to where we want to be in terms of ordering material and everything like that. The personnel is doing fine. The building costs are all fine and everything like that. So I think we're all good. I didn't know if there were any questions about the budget or not.
Any questions?
Is the bookmobile still not able to go anywhere?
Well, they took it out on Saturday. There was a veterans parade. I don't know if that was in town or whether that was at one of our other cities, but somebody took it out and we took it on the parade. We wanted to be involved with the Christmas parade, but the Christmas parade is kind of the opposite. So everybody's parking their floats at Joe Mack Park, and then everybody that wants to see the floats is driving through.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, they only wanted floats there. They didn't want any kind of vehicles. And they said we had to keep it out there for 3 or 4 days. And we were a little nervous about keeping the bookmobile out there at Joe Mack Park. And so we decided to decline having that be there. And so, but we have been kicking around some ideas for the spring, maybe to have some sort of like a sweetheart book deal that you can come to you can, put out the route where we're going to be and maybe get people to come to the bookmobile and you just will hand stuff out the door to people, or maybe, do something like win a pot of gold in March and do something for St. Patrick's Day or something like that. So we are trying to come up with some ideas where we can at least take it out, but unfortunately, until the numbers start to go back down again, it's just a small space in there, and it's the way the bookmobile is built. You don't come in one door and go out the end. You really have to come in this one door and then go back out the same one door. And so we just can't figure out a way where we can keep people safe. You would only have like 2 people maybe in the bookmobile at a time, and so. But we're trying stuff as much as we can to try to take it out. So yeah.
Have we had any employees with COVID?
We have had, I think Tanya can tell me this better than I can, but I think we have only had 2 people that have contacted the virus, and they've stayed home and they weren't in a position to spread it to anybody else. Anybody that had been working with that person, we made sure that they went and got tested and everything, but only 2 people. And so we've been very fortunate.
That's good.
Very lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that in general, people that work at libraries are pretty sensible. So we're not really the wild type. We're usually in bed by 10 o'clock or even 9:30, so we're not out there partying it up. And so, yeah, what can I say? We lead boring, but sensible and safe lives. So yeah.
I love it.
Good for you.
Is that correct, Tanya?
There have been 3.
To a degree?
3.
Oh, 3 people. Okay. We have had 3 people. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. So, all right. Anyway, we've been pretty good. So hopefully the numbers are going to go back down again. I know that they're worried with the flu coming and everything, but we're just going to keep, pretty much staying the course and just trying to keep everybody safe and everything. So.
Do we have the genealogy department open yet?
We have some tables open, and we have the area where you can look at the microfilm open, and then we have staff available to come and we'll go back and retrieve whatever books you want from the back and bring it to the table. It's a pretty big table, and we're only allowing like 1 or maybe 2 people at the table, but we're trying to just limit it to 1 person to a table.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've been able to open it about that much. And so if somebody comes and wants to use one of the microfilm machines, we can wipe it down after they're finished and things like that. And so, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Does everyone else seem to be fairly pleased with the new hours and the services provided?
I think so. We haven't heard any complaints or anything like that. So I think everything is good. So.
Are we still following appointments, or are we open to take anybody who shows up
I
As
think
long as
what
it's
we're trying to sort of, we internally are kind of doing the same thing, but we're trying to advertise it in a different way. So we're saying it's kind of a first come, first serve basis. And so instead of saying you only need an appointment to come, it's more of like when we get filled up, we might ask you to stand out here for a moment until somebody leaves, but as long as there's room, we'll let you come. And so we've been trying to advertise it from that point of view. We're still waiting on some plastic barriers for the adult section, but once those come in, I think we're going to be up to 14 or 15 stations, right? We've been living with about 7 or 8 stations right now, and I think we're up to 10, and that should give us another 4 or 6 more stations. So that normally could seat 31. I think we'll be in the 20s somewhere by the time it's all said and done. But yeah, but it's all good. Children's, I can't necessarily allow anymore, but we haven't had too much of a time when I think there's been a big rush because school is so in upheaval. It's not like we have a 3 o'clock rush like we used to, right? When kids get out, they want to come to the library because so many kids are staying at home, or so many kids are doing every other day, or something like that. So it hadn't been a problem. So okay, I mean, our numbers are down, of course, but I think that we're making it up in some ways with our e-material and things like that. They've gone statewide. Our consortium has almost hit 100,000 checkouts last month. We were at 98,000 checkouts throughout the state. So it's just been every month. It's been getting higher and higher and higher. So more and more people are just getting the digital versions of things, and so that's been good. So yeah.
Guess not near as many germs that way.
There's not, no. So if you guys could then, I guess you need to, if you guys have no questions about the budget, if we could make a motion to approve the budget, that would be the third quarter. That would be good.
Do I hear a motion to approve the budget?
Rick, can I make a motion? We approve the budget.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
I think Lily seconded it, Miss Lily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lily Zhang second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay,
We
so
need to-
yeah, go ahead, Miss Janet. Yeah, you go.
We need to appoint a budget subcommittee to do the budget for next year. I will be on it since I'm the president. Do I have 2 people that would like to volunteer for this?
Don't jump at once now. No. Don't all jump at, don't all. No.
Well, if you need me, I'd be glad to serve.
Okay.
Okay,
When will we meet?
We can meet whenever the 4 of us want to meet. So
Okay.
so I'm anticipating that we don't need a meeting in December. So the next time we would potentially have a board meeting would be January. So it'd be nice if we could have a meeting in January to pass the budget. So we can meet anytime before that. We could meet tomorrow. We could meet sometime in December. We could meet sometime at the beginning of January. It doesn't really matter. We could potentially, the 4 of us, maybe meet face to face in the library. The Shakespeare room is big enough where Miss Passmore is, that if it's only the 4 of us, we could all just kind of sit at 4 corners of the room and we could meet and discuss the budget. So
That would be very good if we could meet face to face.
yeah. So, but we're just following the bylaws of the library, is that we always need a subcommittee to make sure that the subcommittee, it really looks at the nuts and bolts of everything, and then they would present it to the rest of the board at the next meeting, and then hopefully it would approve for the next year. So
Yeah, I'd be willing to volunteer.
okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So I'll just send out an email to all 3 of you, and we'll just figure out a good time when we can meet one day. It shouldn't take, I doubt that it'll take an hour. I don't think so, but we'll just meet and we'll just make sure everything looks good. I admit that the only thing that I don't know about, and as more time goes by, I'll get a better sense. I just don't know if the property taxes are staying steady in terms of collection. I didn't know if maybe if people were having trouble. I haven't really heard that there's been an exorbitant amount of bankruptcies or anything like that. But that's the only part that I didn't know. But Sarah and I have been working on it already, and we'll present all the things that we have and sort of let you guys see what we have and then make a decision from there. So, okay.
Be fine.
Okay.
Oh, David, you want to discuss the insurance bids?
Yeah, so on the last page, we really only got one bid that came in. So as you know, we always have, all this time, we've always gone with the same company for the past 30 something years. They've always treated us well. Every time we've had a problem, we've never had any problems. And so sometimes they'll have two different like they're what do you call them? They're sort of the umbrella group, and they get the different other sub companies underneath it to sort of make bids. So sometimes in the past we've had Travelers and Chubb make sort of bids for part of it, but in this case only Chubb was the one that really came through with their portion of it. Usually for the excess earthquake, that's always Lloyd's of London. Usually the coverage for the directors and the officers is almost always the Philadelphia Indemnity Company. And then in the past, Travelers is usually the one that does the cyber risk. And so that's been pretty steady the whole time. So, but this is what they came in. And I think it all looks good. If you remember, we've been trying to adjust it so that we can do it at this time of the year as opposed to when it was coming in before, because it was helping Sarah out and everything like that. And so we're finally at the other end of that. Last year, if you remember, it was like 90,000, but we were sort of making that adjustment to get it on to the right track. And so now it's more on the right track again. So.
How do you go about advertising this for bids?
You can speak to that, Sarah, if you want to.
So we place ads in the newspaper on 2 Sundays through the Jonesboro Sun, calling for a bid. And if anybody's interested in bidding on it, they can swing by here to pick up a packet, or they can call and I can email it to them.
Wonder why you don't get any more takers.
I think in the past, the people at the insurance place have always said that we only are asking for a year at a time. And so sometimes it's been difficult. They explained that they would rather it be for 2 years or something like that. But I think just the way we're built, we just don't want to go out for more than a year at a time. I mean, the board has had this discussion before about this. And I think that I think the last time we asked you what you wanted to do, I think you felt uncomfortable paying 2 years worth of premiums and you felt more comfortable paying 1 year. But then I think on the flip side, then that's why there's not more companies that want to go for it. So we've tried to call in the past and we haven't really gotten any more results than we have now. We've tried different things and it always seems to be the same results. So
David school districts fall into this same category too. It's just there's a real limited market out there that are willing to cover.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So this covers this whole building and all the contents. It covers the Lake City building and the contents. It covers our parking lot on Madison across the way. And then it covers the contents of all the other branches. Is that correct, Sarah? Or is it just Lake City, or is it just the contents of Monette and Caraway? Okay.
How about Brooklyn?
And it'll cover the contents of Brooklyn. And of course, it's a little bit higher than it was like 2 or 3 years ago because it's 2 or 3 years later, but now it'll cover the bookmobile and it covers the contents of that and everything. So, but I don't think it's unreasonable. I mean, I think that's about how much the price would be normally. So yeah, they're not trying to gouge us or anything. So
Oh, do I hear a motion?
What did we pay last year? Is it comparable I mean, obviously, we've requested a little more of them with the bookmobile being added and Brooklyn being added. So how much did it go up?
See, that's the part that I can't tell you, because last year we were last year we budgeted 90,000 and we paid 83,000. But last year it was because we were paying for a whole year, plus we were paying for a little bit more to get it onto this cycle. Is that correct, Sarah? Again, Sarah has done it more than I have. So if you can explain that.
Yeah, the last time it was a bid for 18 months to get us moved from July 15th, June or July, middle of in 1 year to the next calendar year. But putting the bid out at the time to give the insurance companies enough time to put together a bid for us, there was too much going on. So we moved it to start January to December. So a full calendar year. So we had to do 18 months last year to get us onto this schedule. So it was a little more last year, but I don't think that the quote that they gave us for this upcoming year is too out of line from what a single year would be.
Yeah. So I think from 18 months ago, it should have had part of the time with the bookmobile, but none of the parts of Brooklyn. So this one is if I'm extrapolating and dividing the 83,000 by 3, let's say every 6 months, and then trying to sort of figure out, I think, again, this is probably on par. This should be 2/3 of the 83,000. And I think it's even a little bit below that. So I really can't complain, but you understand what I mean, right? The math, but we're just adding Brooklyn. This is the first time we've had to do the contents of Brooklyn. Now, we don't have to do the whole building of Brooklyn because it's owned by the city of Brooklyn. So it's just the contents of Brooklyn. The only 2 buildings that we really own are the building that we're in, and we don't really own it, but we insure it, and the Lake City building is the only 2 that we actually are responsible for from that point of view. So we're lucky with that, because the city of Caraway pays for the insurance over the building there, and Monette, they pay for that, and Brooklyn, they pay for the building insurance. So, yeah.
So do I hear a motion to accept this bid?
Mike Johnson will make the motion.
Do I hear a second?
Rick, second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. David, do you have any old or new business?
I don't really have anything else other than, again, I would say I don't foresee us having to meet in December. I talked to John about whether he would have plans available and would have the bid out in time for the expansion, but he will not. And so there would be, I just don't see any reason why we have to meet in December. And I know December gets pretty tricky with holidays and people getting busier with things and stuff like that. And then of course with now it's really busy. So I think the next meeting would be in January. And then, like I said, if the small committee can meet before that, and then that big thing to do there is to pass the budget for the next year going forward. So. Okay. Does any of you have any questions or anything I can address? You're all good. Nobody's asking me what I want for Christmas. I see how it is. So, okay. I see how. Okay. All right.
Sounds like Sarah's been doing most of the work. So what would you like for Christmas,
Okay,
Sarah?
there you go. Exactly. Exactly. I delegate really well. See, and so
every time I ask David a question, he said Sarah can answer that.
Sarah knows, right? Yeah, exactly. She tells me, and then I tell you. So there you go.
My question: are you ready to decorate the library for the holiday? Is it still too early?
Tanya and I have a firm belief that we really like to have Thanksgiving before we decorate for Christmas. We will not be putting any Christmas stuff up until the 30th of November, and then we'll let that go, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I like Thanksgiving. We don't want to rush that, so we're all good. But yeah, we will decorate. So yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
David, I guess we will not have a Christmas open house this year, will we?
I don't believe that we'll be able to.
I don't think it'd be safe.
No, and not only that, we've been using the round room for other staff members as sort of temporary spots, especially for the children's department because they're so crammed in over there. So right now I wouldn't be able to even open up the round room because I have some workstations in there and we're putting some extra storage of things in there right now. And so, yeah, no, but we're happy to come by and wave at your window. If you tell us which window you are in, we'll apartment and we can do a drive-by if you want. Yeah.
That would be great.
Okay, very good.
Hey, David, usually it's the Christmas thing is when I pay my next year's Friends of the Library. So if that's not going to happen.
If you can just send that in to the library and address it to the Friends, I'll make sure that it gets to them.
Okay, great,
Okay.
thanks.
Yeah, I'll make sure it gets to them. So, all right.
I hear a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Lily's in second.
Jean.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I guess we're adjourned. Everybody
right.
have a good night.
Thank you all very much. And if I don't see you, have a good holidays, okay?
Yes.
Happy
Feliz Navidad.
holidays.
Yes.
Thank you.
Navidad.
Everyone stay safe and happy.
Please,
Please
please.
do.
Yes. Thank you, David,
you,
for
David.
all that you do.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
appreciate